Hey, what's up YouTube? Spec V here. It's Thursday, 4th of April. Yes, I did just count that on my hand. Want to say, hey, let's see, do a little update video here. We'll actually cover a real topic today. Let's see. First part update. All right, so later on today, the 4th. I'm gonna go up to Mount Charleston with a couple friends, so that's gonna be another new small road trip video, and that'll be thrown up on the page later on today. And then tomorrow, Friday the 5th, I'm gonna be flying actually, and gonna throw that video up on both of my channels. So you know, we'll have some pretty cool stuff there going on, and I'm actually really excited because I got my audio recorder for it. I think I'm ready for it, and I'm going to sync it up so you actually get the video from this side, so you see what I'm doing when I'm flying, and the audio side I'm going to sync up in the background and have it set as the cockpit/ATC audio. So that'll be really cool. Let's see. Right now I'm looking at a couple of different cool trips, different places. A lot of hiking in certain areas, like tomorrow, Mount Charleston. So I'm planning a hike with a couple friends. So that should be a lot of fun. And I love these kind of plans because I mean, literally, we were at the bar earlier tonight. This is, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. It was being planned at about 11:30 at night. We were about 4 drinks in or so, 3 or 4 drinks in, and we're all just like, you know what? You got tomorrow off. You got tomorrow off. You got tomorrow off. Let's go for a drive. Let's go hike. Let's go have some fun. So it's a spur of the moment, a lot of fun, and I'm really, really excited. So another cool video for my channel, and yeah. Tonight's topic of discussion is going to be carrying a firearm. Now, for those of you who are anti-firearm in the first place, I'm going to start off by saying I'm very pro-firearm. I love firearms. In fact, hang on, wait for it. Hey, look, there's a firearm. I don't know if you can see it. Firearm. Yes, so I carry one right on my drop leg rig, and I also have a spare mag. It is a Rock Island Armory 1911, 45 caliber, and she is my pistol of choice for protecting both myself, my family, and any of my friends or anyone that is with me. And I operate within the sanctions of law. It is completely legal here in Nevada to open carry. I'm on a public highway right now, and I am open carrying my firearm. All right, so basically carrying. So a term that actually a lot of people that don't know about firearms have questioned. Carrying means brandishing a firearm, either open or closed, or rather open or concealed. Open would be carrying it on a drop leg holster slung across your back, or on a regular Kydex holster like a police style one. And that'll be out in the open, not concealed by your clothing. It'll be completely visible by anybody. That is open carry. Concealed carry, in the state of Nevada, you do need a permit for, which my permit is in process somewhere. I don't know, it's in the paperwork, shuffled in the middle of a whole bunch of other things. So we'll see where that goes. I mean, I'm not a felon, I don't have anything against me, so it should go through. I don't see why it wouldn't. Paid my dues, so. Okay, so concealed carry is having a firearm that is hidden in your clothing, or your bag. Let's see. Ladies, they can have it in a special designed pistol purse that a special pistol could fit in. For guys, you can have special clothing that can have it. You can have it in waistband type of holster, which goes inside of your waistband or your pants, so it actually fits inside of your on the inseam of your pants. It's a really cool system. Or you can have it on a regular holster and be wearing like a jacket or some other type of outerwear that covers it up. And anything that covers it up that makes it not visible is considered concealed. If you do run it concealed, to the point that it's not visible, and you are caught with it, and you don't have your papers, or you show that you're not a concealed carry permit holder, that's major problems. I believe that's actually a felony. Don't quote me on that one. So someone check that. Someone check my facts. Let's see. What am I missing? I'm thinking. Okay, go back to concealed carry. So, like I was talking about the purses or any fanny packs like that, they're specially designed to carry a firearm in a hidden compartment. So, if a lady happens to open her purse, she can sift through different things, and the pistol will be in like a special slot or a special holster built inside of the purse, so that no other objects can intervene with the firearm itself. And what that is it's a safety measure. So, let's say you're a 24-year-old female, and you're in a convenience store and you're getting robbed. You have to make the choice at that point in time whether you feel that the use of your firearm would be a good idea, either as an A, deterrent, or B, as a last chance type of situation where you do feel that you need to stop the assailant. At that point, you need to draw the firearm, command them to stop. They need to see it, command them to stop. If they do not stop, or they persist, or they still pose a threat to you, open fire. And the point is not necessarily to kill them, as worded specifically in the law. It's not to kill them. What is to stop or deter the attack. At that point, whatever is going to work at that point is what's going to work. You can fight your own battles in the law system. Legal proceedings will always try to find the correct course of action you took. It'll justify what you did, and as long as you act level-headed about it, you'll be okay. Now, I'm not saying go out there, look for someone that's in a high crime rate zone, make yourself a target just so you can shoot a motherfucker, because that's just, if you just want to go shoot somebody, go to Africa, go to a war zone, grab an AK just to go start shooting random motherfuckers. And I suggest go shoot the warlords, because that'll be a help for the rest of the world. Let's see. Carrying conditions. What that is how you carry your firearm. I'm not going to go through all of them because I don't know all of them by heart. I know what I carry, and I know the one above mine. Carrying condition means how you carry your firearm in the sense of the safety you put into your firearm. So, my carrying condition is what's called condition 1. Magazine is in the firearm, round is in the chamber, hammer is cocked back, safety is on. Condition 0 would be all of the above plus safety off. So when you draw, it's ready to fire. Mine, I have to draw, lift safety, fire. All that is just in case I bump it, and I can, if I'm walking around, I knock into something, and for the random sake, even though it's covered, my safety goes off. I know to check my safety before I fire. I want my safety on. If the safety's off, something that hooks it really well, or gets really deep into my holster somehow, debris gets in there from whatever. Say if I'm crawling through something and it just pokes up through, and the safety's off, that's a round flying downrange, or to wherever the barrel's pointing. It could be my own foot. If I'm laying down, it could be going across the street into somebody's window. So the carrying condition is all about what you feel is safe to carry with. And there are laws restrictive in certain areas on carrying condition. Carrying condition 1 is legal here in Nevada. I believe condition 0 is also legal in Nevada. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, check your facts, check your local laws, know what you carry, know how to carry, and be safe about it. The biggest thing is know your firearm, know what you're doing with it, and when you're actually carrying, you're actually much more aware of the world around you. The likelihood of it being used, a very, very slim margin. The thing is, if anything, it's more of a deterrent, and it's also a show of, that you're respecting that law, and that you're gonna use those laws in the sense of, I utilize my firearm to show that I support my rights as a not only U.S. citizen but a Nevada resident, and that's my local laws. Let's see. Talking more about carrying, go back to concealed carry. So the type of carry that is hidden in your clothing. There is a certain thing you shouldn't do. It's called, what is it? It's any type of situation where either your clothes are showing it a little bit, it's coming through your fabric as if it's printing. It's printing your firearm. If it's coming through your fabric, you can see the outline of the gun. If your shirt comes up a little bit, you're showing. So it's not a good idea to do that. If you're running concealed, run concealed completely. It's not safe. If anything, it looks even more suspicious. If you're running concealed, make sure that you know how concealed you are at all times. Make sure you know that your condition is perfectly solid. There are people, I've seen before, people that do run concealed, and I can see a huge bump on the side of their shirt where the top of their actual pistol is sticking out. So it's a friendly thing, and it's also a good community thing to remind them. Just walk up, just be like, hey, you're showing down there. And what that is just, for one, it's a safety. It's not going to set anybody else off. If you say to them, most of the time, most people don't even see it. If you say to them, they'll usually take it as a compliment of, it's like, oh, hey, someone else knows the laws, and they're letting me know they're not causing a panic. You're saying it in a way that you're not trying to incite something, and you're just trying to respect that person's privacy also. It is an important thing to actually carry and know what you're carrying and how to carry. A lot of people do carry with kind of a nonchalant care, in the sense of they don't think twice. They're just kind of like, oh, I got a gun, I'm gonna show it off. Yeah, I'm gonna wear it. It's and it does make it a lot of people like that. They do make it a lot worse for people who do normally open carry. I open carry because, for one, I don't have a CCW. 2, it's legal. 3, I use it as a deterrent, and I follow laws and restrictions. If I see a building that says no firearms in it, I'll take it back to my locker and hello, and put it in my firearms locker, lock it up, and I'll throw it in my trunk, because I'm going to be safe about it. I'm not going to break an individual business's laws. Businesses or private organizations, they can make up their own restrictions on firearms, even if it says, if it doesn't have a no firearms sticker on the window or a sign somewhere. If the management or anyone from the store asks you, any of the workers there, just hey, you have a firearm on you, you can't bring that in here. Respect it. Don't argue laws with them, because you can argue it all day long if the sign's not there, the legality of it. The thing is, they're private business. Respect them. Be respectful. Don't be an asshat, because there are a lot of people out there who make the rest of us who do carry look like asshats when you do that. It's not good for anybody. It's destructive to the mindset of carrying, and it's destructive to other firearms firearms folk who just they want to be able to express their rights. And you're being very, very rude to the store itself that is requesting that you act that way. So act with diligence and act with kind caringness. So don't be, like I said, don't be an asshat, don't be an idiot. Be cool, man. Be cool. There's no reason to not be. And let's see. Type of firearms. Some people ask me why I carry a 45. For one, because I'm not running concealed. I want as big of a gun as possible right now. I mean, if I was trying to conceal a 1911, that's a big motherfucking gun. It's huge. It's bulky. It takes up a lot of space. Definitely, once I get my concealed carry, I'm not going to be running that as my primary, because it takes up too much room. It's clunky, and you don't want that any of the drag on your clothing. That's just a bad idea and a safety violation waiting to happen. You know, you don't want a negligent discharge. So, let's see. I'm looking at maybe getting a compact 9 or even a 40 or something, because those are really, really nice. They still pack a solid punch, and yeah, I can run. If I run a 9, I can even get something with an extended magazine on there. So I might not have the power of the 45, but I'll have more rounds to put the guy down. That's not saying you just unload on somebody. If you have to shoot somebody, you know, be conscious of where you're firing. Remember that each bullet has its own life, in the sense of once it fires from the barrel, it's gonna hit something. Doesn't matter how far, how close it is. Doesn't matter whether it's alive or dead or an inanimate object. The fact is that your bullet will hit something eventually. So always know where your firearm is pointing. Right now, I know my firearm is pointing up and forward into my dash right below my right side air vent. So if there was a negligent discharge, I know it hit a whole bunch of computer shit back there, and that would just really, really fuck my day up, because that would, well, fuck my car. Yeah, the biggest thing is being comfortable with what you're carrying. And if you don't feel comfortable open carrying, you don't need to. A lot of people are, you know, there's some people that pressure other people, like, oh, you have a pistol, why don't you carry it all the time, you know? Well, maybe they didn't buy it to carry. Maybe they just bought it for recreational use, and that's perfectly fine. A lot of people do. That's what I originally got into firearms with when I was still back in Hawaii, is using my father's firearms. We took them out to the range, and they were strictly recreational use only, in the sense that it was taken to the range, that was it. I mean, I didn't know anything about home defense with that. I'm not set up for home defense like I am now, and so that, you know, there's a completely different basis on what the firearms are used for. Right now, I carry for personal protection. Open carry is for protection of not only myself but other people, and use within my community if need be. That doesn't mean I go around looking for, you know, a drug dealer or a thug to go pop. I'm not looking to go shoot a motherfucker. That's not my point. I don't want to have to think about killing someone. I don't want to have to kill someone. But if that choice does come up, I've trained myself in firing situations, in training to put shots accurately in a target, and I feel very confident that if the situation were to arise, I would be able to use my firearm to deter a situation. And that's the biggest thing. If you are caught in a situation where your firearm needs to be drawn, and I say needs to because it's not saying where, let's say you're in a mall shooting. Is it absolutely necessary for you to run across the mall when you hear gunshots? No. And in fact, that is the worst thing to do. Run away from the gunshots. Get away. Go away from it, because all you're going to do is cause more panic if you run in there with the gun blazing, you know? Don't do that. That's the stupidest thing you could possibly do. If you are caught in a situation where you do need to draw your firearm, you want to know your accuracy. You want to know that the shot you're going to put on the target is going to hit the target, and it's going to make a impact exactly where you want it to. Not necessarily a kill shot, but you want to deter or stop the assailant. And that's what you need to do if you carry. You're there to stop the assailant, not to kill. You're not looking to shoot the place up. It's to stop the assailant. And I have gotten the question before of, you know, why do you like guns so much if, you know, guns are such a problem in the country right now? And one of the things I like about it is it allows me to rely on myself for protection. I'm very aware of my environment. I already have that from my previous piloting and also my background in racing. I'm usually very aware of my environment. Even though I'm not looking at that, I see where the cars are back there. I, you know, get a general idea of what's around me, behind me, left, right, forward, what's coming on, what's getting off, what's up ahead, and I'm just taking it. I'm I'm just taking a look around and I'm being very aware of my environment. You know, I see down there's a whole bunch of emergency lights. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure which side of the highway it's on. I'll back off a little bit because I'm going to get ready for that. In case anybody, you know, emergency brakes, if they're not sure what they're doing. Most people panic, you know, as well as I do. A lot of drivers, they panic. They'll slam the brakes. They'll start just turning without looking. And you have to be ready to counter for that. Okay, it seems like it's just a road crew over here. And, like I said, so going back to carrying, why I do and why I believe in it. It's because, like I said, I rely on myself. I am my safety. God forbid, let's say I'm at a restaurant with some friends and I'm concealed carrying. So, you know, I'm carrying a 9mm compact. I know I have, let's just say, for the sake of saying, 10 rounds. And I want to be, you know, nice and concealed, so I get a small gun, fits nicely in my hand, fits perfectly. I can just draw on a target, and it's easy for me to handle. I know it. I'm proficient with it. I shoot well with it. That's okay. So that's, you know, it's my carry gun, my concealed carry gun. Hostage situation arise. I might not draw my firearm because I don't want to incite the person who has another firearm, or if it's a group of people, I don't want to incite more violence. If I shoot, that causes someone to panic, especially if they are untrained, or, you know, they are nervous, jumpy. You cannot tell what is going on with the person, especially when they're robbing a place. At that point that, you know, someone is taking someplace over, they're high on adrenaline. It is a very, very adrenaline high type of situation, much like racing, much like driving, much like any other type of dangerous activity, because, you know, they're rushing in there, they're wanting to steal whatever it is they're stealing, and, you know, that's going to get your adrenaline pumping. You know, someone gets twitchy, they hear a gunshot off to the right. Let's say there's one dude. Let's just say two dudes for the sake of you know, the situation. Two dudes are robbing the restaurant, and happens that there's a cop driving by who sees them running in. They try to run out, they get stopped by the cop, they run back in. Suddenly, this little robbery turns into a very, very quick hostage situation. So I'm inside with my friends. I'm just telling them, be calm, everyone back up, listen to what he says, you don't act stupid. There's no reason for me to draw on this guy yet. You know, they're not necessarily shooting anyone. They're not, you know, let the police handle their work, because that's what they do. At that point, you're letting them handle their work. You're just a citizen holding back. That's all. You're just another citizen waiting to be rescued. Now, it can go many ways. Most of the time, it'll come out clean. Negotiations will happen. Hostages will be released. If in the very rare occurrence, it does go south, well, you have a couple options at that point. A, continue to duck and hide, which is still good, because you're just keeping out of the way. You're not bringing any attention to yourself. Or B, you can react. At that point of looking at reaction, you have to assess whether drawing on the target or targets will make a good effect or bad effect in the situation. Will you be able to stop the assailant with a quick, easy shot, whether it be a kill shot or an injuring shot to disarm him? Will you be able to stop him with minimal risk to anybody else? Basically what you want to have is, you want to be able to say, in ideal situation, you want to be able to have 0% chance of you hurting any individual citizens. And like I said, that's ideal. So you're looking for the closest to zero as possible if you do have to draw and fire. Now, at that point, you judge threat. You figure out who's the biggest threat. You have to take them out, assess the situation. At that point, does the other threat still stay a threat? Do they turn at you and fire? Do they surrender? Doesn't mean you just, shoot one guy. Okay, I'm just going to start shooting every one of the bad guys. No, because that makes you a threat, and that also makes you a violator of law, in the sense that you're just aimlessly shooting people. It would be as if an army was just shooting surrendering forces, which that has happened, but it's not justifiable. You cannot shoot a surrendering force. That is not right. So, basically what I'm saying is, it's all about judgment and safety. What are you comfortable with? What is the safest course of action? And what are you going to do about things? So, and that's why I carry. Other things I believe about firearms, it's my right. I was born as an American, and it's something that I'm granted as an American citizen. And I possess my firearms with a certain devotion and love, in the sense that they are a tool. They are a part of me. They are an extension of who I am, and they allow me to do what I do, protect myself and friends in the case that the tools do have to be used. Firearms are nothing more than tools. They are an inanimate object. This entire time I've been carrying my firearm in condition 1. And I'll prove that when I get to the end of the drive over here. I'll pull off somewhere. And it has not gone off once yet. If anybody has heard a firearm go off, break a hole in here, obviously I notice it. The 45 is very, very loud. Even with the ear protection in a very small confined space, I still get a little bit of ringing afterwards. It has not gone off. It has not decocked itself. It doesn't pull the trigger. It's not aiming at anybody. It's just being itself. The tool is a tool. That's it. It's an object. It's inanimate. It cannot choose between good or bad. It cannot choose what it wants to do. It is a tool that is decided by me on how it acts. Anything that I want it to do, I can make it do. It has no want. It has no need. It has no drive. It has no desire. It is a firearm. It is a tool. And it is impossible for it to go out and just start shooting everything. So no, it is not a dangerous life form of some type that some people will lead you to believe. It is a dangerous tool, though. I'm not saying that guns are safe. They're not something to be played around. They're not a toy. You don't give a gun to a kid. They are deadly if misused. A firearm will fire, especially a pistol like this one, it'll fire around in excess of 850 feet per second. That's really fast. Just subsonic. Now, it would be ideal for anybody who carries a firearm to know the safety in the first place. Anytime I take anyone shooting, I always preach safety first. Trigger discipline, always know where your barrel is pointing, and just how to carry in general, in the sense of if you're walking around a shooting range or in the desert, make sure you know what's going on. Make sure you know what's around you. And the thing is, don't always pay attention to your gun. Pay attention to other people's guns too, because, if someone else is being stupid, don't just be like, well, that was his fault, he got shot. Just be like, if you see someone, sweep another person, be like, hey, fucking barrel, watch your barrel. Watch where you're going. You don't want people just sweeping crowds like that. I mean, that's how accidental killings happen. I mean, it's happened before. A barrel sweeps across, and people are like, "Oh, I've got the gun in my hand, and it's okay. I know it's not going to shoot. So you're probably out of rounds." The thing is, you get it in your mind. All of a sudden, accidentally, trip, finger pull, twitch. Someone scares you. You startle. Round goes off. Whatever. You startle. You jump. That round gets fired. It hurts somebody. That's the worst thing that can happen. You don't want that happening at all. And it's part of the gun culture to know that part of the safety. It really is. Let's see. I know I'm jumping all over the place here. I got so many tangents to go off on. I gotta make separate videos and be like da 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 da. Let's see. Carrying a firearm. Why I carry what I believe. Okay, going back to what I believe. I believe that all citizens should know how to handle a firearm properly. Why do I say that? God forbid you get stuck in a situation where handling a firearm is key to your safety or someone else's safety. And I'm not saying, like all of a sudden, bad guy drops a gun, you can shoot him kind of thing. maybe, you know, you find a gun somewhere in a park. You want to be able to handle it safely. Call the police. You know, call them, report it, saying, I checked the mag, make sure it's empty. You know, I pulled the mag out, I cocked the gun open, made sure it's empty, left the firearm there, I was only going to touch it if you want to take my prints, report it. Even better, just stay back, cordon it off, don't let other people touch it. The thing is, you want to make sure that it's safe, that's all. Put something in front of it to block it, a big fucking rock or something. Call the police immediately, and, you know, notify them. And that's part of the safety of it, is just knowing basic handling. You don't want to be like, oh, someone else will take care of it, or they probably called it in. Some little kid comes up and runs and grabs it. Oh, hey, you know, it's a cool gun. They pull the trigger, blam, they shoot somebody. That's horrible. I mean, that kind of shit's happened before, too. There was a story recently where a brother went into one of his family members' cabinets, grabbed the dad's firearm, thought it was cool to wield around, and he shot one of his siblings. And unfortunately, the younger sibling died that got hit. And that's part of the safety aspect of it, is, you know where your firearm is, know what your safety is, and know what you're doing about it. Don't be an idiot. It goes back to the biggest thing of, don't be an asshat. You know, when it comes to carrying firearms, they are a tool. They can be treated safely, and there's no reason to treat them as otherwise. So, we're almost to the end of our drive. I'll pull up here real quickly and show you condition 1. Prove that I have a firearm that is alive in my car, and I'm strapped to my leg. If it went off, it would have hit my dashboard. It actually would have killed my emergency indicator lights right here. So that would actually been a pain in the ass had I had like a blowout or something tomorrow, or God forbid it went through there and actually kept it stuck on emergency light mode. God, that would be just click, 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 click. God, that would just be a horrible track to listen to the entire way down to the shop. Anyways, so we'll pull up here the In-N-Out. By the way, some of the best burgers in the world, In-N-Out. Although I'm on my diet, so can't eat really much anything like that, so yeah. Sad panda. Alright, so carrying safely. Do this real quickly. So I'm going to unstrap my pistol. I'm going to detach the magazine. Rounds are in there. Safety's on, safety's going off, and I'm going to cock it back. You see a round that's in there right now. I'm going to eject it into the seat. And now that is an empty mag well. Put the extra round back in there. And that's part of the safety you run with the firearm. And safety goes back on. I'm not going to cock the round because I'm close to home, so I'm ready to store it anyways. Pistol goes back all the way in the holster. Holster, if I can get it, holster is locked. And I'm safely carrying again. And there's no worry of me accidentally discharging. The round hasn't gone off. I'm not dead. Nobody else is dead. And my pistol is just a pistol. It's a tool. Anyways, that's been another video from me, Spec V. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I know it's been a very long-winded video compared to a lot of my other ones. And as always, stay safe, have fun, and I'll have those other videos uploaded within the next couple days, so stay tuned. You guys have a great weekend, and welcome to April.